get the rich to hand over the rice. When they kept trying to say, oh, we don't have any rice, the rice doesn't exist, they finally get the rich to hand over the rice when they have a court meeting showing 2 dead people and publicly killing another one. Now, the 2 that they show that were dead wasn't actually dead. And they take the nephew with them of the emperor to the emperor so the emperor can handle this man. On the way back to the capital, let's just say our main character is having fun messing and teasing our male lead. He's just enjoying every second of it, his own way of getting revenge. But we all know at this point, our main character, he's absolutely entranced with the male lead, our peacock of a main character. So in a town that they had stopped at, they end up running into the demoness, who tells them that the 7th rank director of the 13 floors' entire family had been slaughtered. His family members, the servants, all of them killed. And they killed each other. Like, went berserk and just murdered each other. And so they have to go investigate it. And they had already sent 2 of their own people on each brew to go and keep an eye on the 7th rank's family members. And they're missing. They found like 1 of each of their members there, but they can't find the other ones. And they don't know where they are. But they can't stay to investigate this case because they get called, typically the Mali gets called, to go investigate a murder case in the capital. So they have to leave, no ifs or buts. Though the demoness is kind of helping them, she still looks like she's involved. Like, she is looking a little too suspicious. She's looking a little too helpful. She's also like, I have to get out of here. I have to leave. I was only here for a tournament. I wasn't involved in this, so I got to leave. And they're like, yeah, no, this is suspicious. If you try to leave or you go before we solve this case, or this case gets solved in a matter of days, you will come with us to the capital, or you will be headed to the capital, because girl, you looking suspicious. When they're about to head out to the capital, they find the body of one of the missing members of the main character's burial, the one that was missing, that was supposed to be at the massacre scene. He was found, and he was left to basically be a warning or a threat for them to stay there. And the male lead's like, no, we have to head out. Now the main character's third chief is like, oh, we must stay and solve this case. This is a sign that we must stay. And he's like, no, this is a sign that is threatening us to stay, but we must go. There is a bigger, more obvious issue and problem up in the capital. We have to go and solve it. This is trying to get us to say and solve a minor issue. No, there is a bigger issue up in the capital. That is our side. On the way up to the capital, they are attacked. They are attacked, one, by a member of the male lead's burrow, the one that was missing, and he's possessed and being controlled by a worm. And other people that attack them is the 4th rank in the 13 floors. He attacks them with another member. And like, they think that they're involved in this, and the group also thinks they're involved. Like, basically, they're pointing fingers. Whoever has caused this whole problem and issue is trying to make each other kill each other off. Luckily, they're like, oh no, you guys aren't involved, you guys aren't involved, and they stop fighting each other to solve the issue. And obviously, the male lead is brilliant as he is. Figures out how they're being entrapped, because they're also entrapped in like this fog era that's keeping them there and making them see illusions and making them fight each other. Obviously, they're also getting hit with worms that are supposed to attach themselves inside them and control them and puppeteer them. And the male lead has the assistant of the main character's brew deal with it, and he has the newest member, you know, the one that was the fake favorite courtesan of the prince who was coming to bring the present. Yes, she and him are dealt to take care of the era. They have to cut down some trees and pull the worms out and kill those worms. Except, sadly, the assistant, the main character's assistant, he gets attacked by one of these worms and it tries getting inside of him. So the main character, the male lead, and the ex-favored courtesan has to literally cut that worm out of him to save him. It is a whole mess and a half. Now, the 4th rank member of the 13 floors, he was like, oh my god, I could have gotten rid of them this entire time, but at this point I can't because they're now back at their level, so I have to escape. He lost his chance of getting rid of them. Now, the main character tells the guy who was still there, who was a member of the 13 floors, but I don't know what his ranking is or if he has a high ranking or he's just some member. He tells this dude, hey, tell the leader of the 13 floors that I want to work with him because we have an enemy, and my enemy is my friend. And we got to work together, at least pass this information to him. And once we deal with this person, I will come for you guys. Now, we already know who's causing all of this worm issues and problems. And again, this worm issue was also the cause of the murder massacre of the 7th rank of the 13 floors' is family and servants and household. This person is the hostage that was being sent from the Gurt Turks to the capital. He is the one causing all of this with the help of his martial artist servant. They're the ones doing all of this. The two people who were killed, at first, they thought one of the victims died from old age. But when the second victim offs his own self, they start thinking it's suspicious because these two people died matter of a month of each other on the same day. Like, it is a month between each other, but it's on the same day. So it's very suspicious. That's why they wanted the Melly to return to solve this case. And these two people were the people who were vouching for and backing the emperor up to take the throne, who had been backing and vouching for the emperor this entire time. They've been killed, and the third person looks like he could be a victim, so they have to keep an eye on him and protect him. So things are not going good, and this also makes the emperor very wary. He starts thinking maybe he shouldn't have taken the throne, or at least he shouldn't have taken as far as he did, which is he slaughtered the entire ex-emperor's family. Anyone who had blood ties to the emperor, ex-emperor, he slaughtered and killed them. Even children, which honestly is what is expected when you take the throne. You have to get rid of an entire bloodline when you take a throne. You're like, oh, you have to keep them alive. No, because they will come back and try to kill you to take the throne. You have to get rid of someone who will later down the line become a threat. And you're like, oh, you could raise them and care for them and give them love. Yes, you could. But at the same time, maybe they will hold resentment and hatred towards you for slaughtering their family or taking the chance for them to have the throne from them, and they will come for you and take you. We've seen it so many times in these time period stories that someone will bite the hand that fed them every single time. So the emperor has no choice but to get rid of anybody who's a threat, especially when no one of that bloodline was showing any skills or abilities to become a worthy emperor. And the emperor has constantly proved himself of being a good emperor. And the main character tells these things to the emperor, telling the emperor, you're a good ruler. Do not let this get to your head. Do not let this cause you issues or problems. Because the only maybe survivor is the ex-emperor's, I don't know who she is, but she was sent to the Gurt Turks. I can't remember what her relationship with the ex-emperors was, but she's now with the Gurt Turks, and she had a relationship with the bald monk guy, the one that was working with the crown prince. Yeah, that dude, she had a relationship with him. Or did that dude have a relationship with the eldest daughter of the emperor, the eldest prince? I can't remember, honestly. I am terrible at this.